Hello everyone, I am Miss Priyanka Sanjay Late, working as lecturer at Mula Education Society's Mula Rural Institute of Pharmacy, Sone. In this presentation, I am going to discuss topic that is drug house management. We will discuss content of presentation, definitions of drug house management. Drugstores can be opened either in a rural or urban area. The site for a drugstore, acquisitions of premises for a drugstore, layout of a drugstore, objectives of layout design, legal accepts of a drugstore, documents required to open a retail drugstores and wholesaler drugstore, document required for a renewal of retail sale and wholesale license. Firstly, we will discuss definitions of drug house management. Drug house management involves planning, organizing, coordinating and controlling activities. It is a complicated task performed by a special person. After attaining the required qualification, that is diploma or bachelor in pharmacy, as well as the experience of running a drugstore, the pharmacist having an aptitude for business and also willing to invest money has to take one more step, namely to select a suitable locations for starting his own drugstore. Drugstores can be opened either in a rural or a small towns or in an urban area, that is big cities or towns. First, rural or small town. It is possible to run a new drugstores in a rural area with limited financial resources. These days, the nationalized and cooperative banks provides the incentives in the forms of soft loans for purchasing the inventories for the drugstores. In a rural area, the ideal site for a drugstore is in the main market, preferably near about the clinics of physicians. Apart from that, the buying capacity of people should also be studied. It is necessary to find out whether the potential customers will be in the positions to pay cash for their purchases. Otherwise, the pharmacist should be prepared for extending credit facility to some of them. In case the locations of a drugstore is to be selected near an industrial town, the financial stability of would-be customers should be studied. If a drugstore is to be opened on a highway close to a rural area, proximately to a petrol pumps, railway stations or bus stands is an ideal location. Second, urban or big cities or towns. A lot of investment is required for starting a drugstores in big cities or big towns. Factors like the natures of community residing there, probable number of customers, their buying capacity, which depends on their nature of work and occupations, may be considered while selecting a suitable site for opening a drugstores in big towns. Next point, advantages and disadvantages of rural area. We will discuss advantages. First, limited finance are available in rural area. Second, low rate of interest. Third, easily available if space. Fourth, greater scope for future expansions. Disadvantages of rural area. First, limited supply of skilled persons or skilled labor. Second, difficulties in procurements of material. Third, buying capacity of people is less. Fourth, luxury goods like cosmetics are less. Next point, advantages and disadvantages of urban area. We will discuss first advantages. First, procurement of materials is easy. Second, better supply of skilled persons, better scale of goods. Third, buying capacity of customers is more. Fourth, better publicity, better health and medical services, Better transport and communication facilities are available in urban area. Disadvantages of urban area: first, higher rate of land; second, higher municipal taxes and restrictions on the use of lands; third, higher wages; fourth, overcrowding and its evils. Next point, site for drugstores. The following factors may be considered while selecting the site for starting a new drugstore. First, availability of finance. Availability of finance is the most important factors. Sufficient finance and major financial resources mainly affect on opening of drugstores. Second, business locality. It is preferable to open a drugstore in a business locality because the number of people visiting such locality is quite large. Opening of drugstores in such localities required high investment because of high rent and land price. Third, thickly populated residential area. Such area is more preferable because people may buy the required medicines during their evening walk. Fourth, developing area. Nowadays, in big cities, new localities are coming up very fast, so ideal place is there. No problems of competitions. Drugstores will meet the needs of its customers by extending all types of facilities. Fifth, hospitals. Hospitals and nursing homes does not have its own drugstores and physicians have a good practice, then it's ideal one for opening of drugstore. 6. Flow of traffic. Avoid the locations near traffic signals because shops in the vicinity of traffic signals has to face the parking problems for cars, scooters and cycles, etc. Avoid the one-way traffic and road circles. 7. Parking. While selecting the location of drugstores in a busy shopping center, it must be enough parking space outside the drugstore. In a big cities, there are certain restricted areas where parking is not allowed to prevent the obstruction in smooth traffic. Such are as not ideal. 8. Drugstore. As far as possible, there should not be any competitor already existing near the locations of a new drugstores. If sales potential is good even for another stores, then one can outsider opening a new one. 9. Near to hotel, school, cinema halls. These locations are not preferable if the site is near a restaurant, if may create a problems of maintaining the cleanliness in case cold drinks or ice creams facilities are also extended. When it is preferable to open a drugstores near a cinema halls because people buy the drinks when they visit for a soft drinks. In order to establish a new drugstores in metropolitan cities, following additional factors also to be considered. First, the site should be well connected with various modes of transport. Second, the site has good surrounding. There should not be congestions of traffic. Third, the essential services such as the bank, post office and warehouse must be available near the site. And last, the rules and regulations of municipal corporations or any other local authority does not come in the way of expansions of drugstore. The next point, acquisitions of premises for a drugstores. It is desirable that before the pharmacist occupations a new store's premises, she should observe the following precautions. First, note down the date of occupying. Second, when to pay the installment of the rent. Third, repair the premises of drugstores properly. Fourth, comply with the local rules and by the laws about opening and closing times of shops, the weekly closing day of the market, etc. The premises for the drugstores may be taken either on rent or on a lease for the certain period or purchased straightway. A rent amount of varies according to the buildings and locality in which the shop is located. In big cities, due to shortage of space, the premises are taken on rent after paying a heavy premium. Similarly, the cost of place in the commercial center, shopping market and developed area is always very high. If the premises is taken on rental basis, a legal written agreements about rent, the period of possessions, actual use of shop premises must be exceeded with the owner. The signed agreement date should be recorded and registered with the Office of Government concerned with registrations of such deeds. The lease has to be renewed after the agreement has expired by mutual agreement with the owner. The next point, layout of drugstores. This diagram is an ideal drugstore's design. Three main factors responsible for the success of drugstores are: first, its location and proper layout design; second, its professional management; and third, sound financial positions. The primary functions of a drugstore is to provide the every possible convenience and aids to the customers to make their shopping easy and less trying. It is possible only by designing a proper layout of a drugstore. Second layout, retail drugstores. Generally, the drugstores are located on the ground floors of the buildings. They are usually constructed of cement contracts walls with mosaic tiles on the floor. The internal fittings usually consist of racks or storage cupboards having glass doors, drawers for storing strips, and proper place for placing the refrigerators. The counters of the stores are made from wood having with sunmica at its top. The furniture includes a working table, wooden or steel chairs for the staff and customers. A modern drugstore should fulfill all the minimum requirements as laid down in Schedule N of the Drug and Cosmetics Rules 1945. To start a retail drugstore, a minimum of 10 square meter area is required. Similarly, to start a wholesale drugstore, a minimum 10 to 12 square meter area is required. The premises of drugstores must be separated from rooms for private use. The outer front of drugstores should be very attractive and built with innovative construction techniques. The materials used for constructing drugstores front of normally glass, gazelle tiles and marbles which are easy to clean. The floors of drugstores should be smooth and washable. The walls should be plastered and tile or oil painted so as to maintain a smooth, durable and washable surface. Adequate lighting should be provided, preferably tube lights which be console. Good lighting systems provides a cheerful atmosphere for the customers and the merchandise store and displays appears more attractive. It also helps in identifying the medicines etc. quickly and easily and thus increase the efficiency of the store. The name of drugstores and insignia of pharmacy in neon lightnings is very much attractive. The fluorescent lighting is also very attractive. The illumination should be steady and without glare and should not put any stain on the eyes. The next layout, wholesale drugstores. The minimum area is required 10 to 12 square meter area and it includes the large number of racks for storage or keeping the drugs. Objectives of layout. First, to attract the large number of customers. Second, to increase sale of drugstore. Third, to reduce selling expenses to minimum. Fourth, to provide the customer satisfactions. Fifth, to create the professional image and to improve general image. Sixth, to minimize the movements of customers within drugstores. 7. To have space for reserve stock, office and resting space for the staff. 8. To have proper entrance for incoming goods to have best utilization of available space. Next point, legal accepts of drugstores. First, minimum qualifications. Minimum qualification must be registered pharmacist with the State Pharmacy Council. Second, the minimum qualification to be get registered with State Pharmacy Council is Diploma in Pharmacy from a recognized institutions. Third, for starting a wholesale drugstores is matriculations with 4-year experience in selling of drugs in a chemist shop on salary basis. Or fourth, diploma in pharmacy and also being registered as a registered pharmacist. Fifth, a person who has sufficient capital and is interested to start a drugstore can also do so by appointing a registered pharmacist on whole-time basis. Second, minimum space not specified in Drug and Cosmetic Acts and Rules 1945. First, for a new retail drugstores, desirable area is 10 square meter area. Second, minimum area required to open a new wholesale drugstores in 10 square meter to 12 square meter area. And third, however, the minimum desirable area to open a new combined wholesale and retail drugstores is 15 square meter. Third, store arrangements. There should be sufficient number of racks to store the drugs and pharmaceutical preparations for storage of antibiotics, vitamins products, vaccines, sera, enzymatic preparations and other preparations which are required to be stored at temperature between 2 degree to 8 degree Celsius. A refrigerator is necessary. Next point, documents required to open a retail drugstores. First, applications. In duplicate on Form 19 stars of Drug and Cosmetics Acts Rules 1945, one copy is for biological drugs and the other copy for non-biological drugs. Second, fee 1500 rupees per license, total 3000, one for biological and another for non-biological. The biological fees is 1500 rupees and non-biological drugs is 1500 rupees. The total fee is 3000 rupees to be deposited in State Bank of India or government treasury under the specific head of grant of a retail sale license. Third, attested copy. Attested copy of diploma in pharmacy from any institutions duly recognized by Pharmacy Council of India. Second, attested copy registration certificate issued by State Pharmacy Council. Third, attested copy of matriculation certificate. Fourth, affidavit from the qualified persons in case he is an employee of a drugstore. Fourth, affidavit on a non-justice stamp paper duly attested by a first-class magistrate by each partner in case of partnership concern and by the proprietor himself in case of proprietorship concern. Fifth, MAF retail drugstores duly signed by proprietors or partners of firm. 6. Recent receipt in case of rented premises or an affidavit to that effect if the person himself is the owner of premises. 7. A copy. Partnership deed in case of partnership concern. 8. Purchase receipt of refrigerators. Then, the Pharmacy Council of India is planning to make it mandatory to wear the white coat bearing the name of registered pharmacist who is running the retail pharmacy. The license is valid for a period of 5 years. It is required to be renewed before its expiry. Next point, documents required for the renewal of retail sale license. First, applications. In duplicate on the Form 19 stars of Drug and Cosmetics Rules 1945, one copy is for biological drugs and the other copy for non-biological drugs. Second, fee 1500 rupees per license, total 3000 rupees to be deposited in State Bank of India or Government Treasury on Challan form in the specific head for grant of a retail sale license. Third, late fee 500 rupees per license per month or part thereof. Fourth, original license in case of first renewal and latest renewal certificate in case of subsequent renewals. Fifth, affidavit given on a non-justicial stamp paper by a partner if any delay, attested by oath commissioner. Next point, documents required to open a wholesale drugstores for new license. First, applications in duplicate on Form 19 of Drug and Cosmetics Rule 1945. One copy is for biological drugs and the other copy for non-biological drugs. Second, fee 1500 rupees per license, total 3000 to be deposited in State Bank of India or Government Treasury under the specific head for grant of a retail sale license. Third, attested copy. Attested copy of diploma in pharmacy from any institutions duly recognized by Pharmacy Council of India. Second, registration certificate issued by State Pharmacy Council. Third, matriculation certificate. Fourth, affidavit from the qualified persons in case he is an employee of drugstores. Fifth, affidavit of the qualified persons if the qualified person is an employee of firm. Fourth, affidavit on a non-justicial stamp paper duly attested by a first-class magistrate by each partner in case of partnership concerned and by the proprietor himself in case of proprietorship concerned. Fifth, blueprint, plan of premises. Sixth, recent receipt. In case of rented premises or an affidavit to that effect if the person himself is the owner of premises. 7. A copy. Partnership deed in case of partnership concern. 8. Purchase receipt of refrigerators. The original license or a renewal license to sell the drugs on wholesale basis is valid for 5 years. It is required to be renewed before its expiry. Next point, documents required for the renewal of wholesale license. First, applications in duplicate on Form 19 of the Drug and Cosmetics Rules 1945. One copy is for biological drugs and the other copy for non-biological drugs. Second, fee 1500 rupees per license, total 3000 to be deposited in State Bank of India or Government Treasury on Challan form in the specific head for the grant of a retail sale license. Third, late fee 500 rupees per license per month or part thereof. Fourth, original license in case of first renewal and latest renewal certificate in case of subsequent renewals. Fifth, affidavit given on a non-justicial stamp paper by a partner if any delay attested by oath commissioner. The original license or a renewal license to sell the drugs is valid up to 31st December of the year following the year in which it is granted or renewal. Separate licenses are required for the retail sales of first Schedule C and C1 drugs, second Schedule X drugs, third all drugs other than those specified in Schedule C and C1 and X. In order to get a license to sell, stock or exhibit for sales or distribute by retail drugs specified in Schedule C and C1 and applications is filled Form number 21 star and Form number 21B star is filled to apply for license to sell the Schedule C and C1 drugs by wholesale. The drugs which are covered under the Schedule X cannot be sold on retail except on the prescriptions of a registered medical practitioner. Similarly, to get a license to sell, stock or exhibit for sales or distribute the drugs by retail other than those specified in Schedule C and C1 and applications is required in the Form 20 and in the Form 20B. If the license is to sell drugs other than those specified in Schedule C and C1 by wholesale. Thank you.